Okay, before we start with anything at all, this video is going to be about unethical education, which is a new series I'm going to start because everything on unethical education is something that I have done at some given point in time, and now I have been humbled from it. So, in today's video, we are going to be learning about how Discord chargebacking works. We are going to be learning about how you can charge back them. Again, this is all literally all for educational and informational purposes. I do not I do not fucking know. Not condone any of these activities. I'm quite tired, or allow or support them, etc. Okay, so I'm just going to be explaining this. So basically, we are going to be learning about how does one charge back the dick cord. Yes. And then we are going to be learning about how does Discord respond? How do they respond to said request? And how many boosts slash months of nitro can you get away with? And again, this is all for educational purposes. So, first of all, I think it's time to draw a little helpful chart. And we are going to be using my home bank, Truist, as the example. And that's fine because none of you guys are going to be finding my bank account. Because I figured out how to do this, so I kind of had to make a new one. So again, this is not a good idea. This is just exactly the method that I figured out and the issue that Discord has with their chargeback system. So this is what Discord may or may not do. So you may be over here and you can buy, say, let's rasterize this layer, 17 boosts, right? Okay, so you buy 17 boosts. Now let's go to my actual Discord server and let's click here, okay? So see, it has 19 boosts. I've boosted it on my main account about 19 times. So if you get on here, it says Shader YT gave 1 boost. See, you spam that boost crap a whole lot. And we have 2 server boosts available, right? Because we've already maxed out all the leveling on here. And again, I don't support any of this at all. But you have to have it on a server that's already like public, like something like client, which is what It's Me 64 runs, right? So you do your 17 boosts, right? And then what you want to do, obviously, is there's this thing, and let me just type this out for you, called pending transactions. Okay, so most banks, Capital One, Truist, First Citizens, etc. They all do these, and basically what a pending transaction is how do I? So you have your, let's go back to my photo editor. So you have your payment. So you have your money, right? But then what the bank does is they decide that before this money actually gets sent to the person, they put a little gate on here that locks it from actually reaching Discord, especially when it's something like Discord where you have all these Russian people. So you've got pending on here. This is also, the bank may tell you this is to protect you, but this is also just so you can't immediately file a chargeback, right? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to wait about 3 days, and obviously there are some prerequisites to this. That's why 17 boosts is the magic number, because very likely if the amount of boosts that you have is above $45 and it was all done consecutively, and it was all done, and let me open up another Photopea window to explain this to you. It needs to be done through multiple payment gateways, because that makes it look way more sketchy, and this is what most criminals actually end up doing. So what you need to do is you need a debit card from something like Truist, and let's just say this is my debit card 333, my CV is 983, right? So you want the debit card to get approved through PayPal or some other service thing, right? Then you go back to your card and you lock it, right? So this is telling the bank that you do not want any further transactions, right? But since you've given PayPal access to your card, PayPal kind of has the green light, and I know this is so cursed, to just kind of like charge your card, right? But in your bank, you can claim, I locked my card, I don't want any purchases from PayPal. So if you use PayPal, especially from like a VPN or some random IP, to buy a whole bunch of crap from Discord, then Discord is going to be like, okay, now wait, now we don't do chargebacks because usually Discord, they don't want a legal process, so they literally just will tell you, they'll lie to you and be like, yeah, sorry, we don't do chargebacks through PayPal, but they act like they do, and they say, oh, it's much faster to not go through your bank. That's not true. Discord still hasn't gotten back to me yet. My bank got back to me way faster because Truist is just a W. And again, this is educational. I did this with no malice in my heart, and I've made a mistake here. So now, because your bank is locked, your bank is seeing this, that your card is locked. But since PayPal already has the authorization to charge your card because you gave them some sort of authorization token, I'm not 100% sure how that works, but let's just say they have the token, right? And that is why they can charge your card. But since it's going through PayPal, I can literally make the claim that, hey, why on earth would I spend $50 on freaking Discord, right? And so then, since that's all pending still, it hasn't been charged from my card yet, you have to wait until it's not pending anymore. So let's go back. So let's see. Let's just say that the said transaction has been finished, right? So the transaction has been posted. So that's the term you want to know, posted. So once the transaction is posted, right, now you can dispute it with your bank. You can immediately dispute charges with Discord, but they don't care because they're literally evil. Like, what if someone actually hacked your account and you wanted the money back and you didn't have money, or you had like a family you had to feed? Once the transaction is posted, by then Discord hasn't even done anything. So not only are your funds frozen because they're pending, once it actually posts and you lose the money, by then Discord hasn't actually even fixed your problem. So, and like, this could even be someone went on your computer and did this for you. It couldn't even be your account got hacked, or you were drunk or something and you made a bad choice. Discord literally should be able to refund you for a service like that, but they do not because they're fucking evil. So, basically, once this transaction is posted, this is when you can dispute it with your bank. And not you, obviously, because none of you guys are going to be doing this. I hope not. Please do not. This is for educational purposes. So, then in the dispute, basically, you need, because you basically just say something like, why on God's green earth would I buy, frickin' $55 of Discord crap? And there are two routes you can go for this. This is the easiest route, which will go the faster, is my card was stolen. But then this is actually problematic because you do end up getting your money back, right? So you get money back plus, but then you also, the minus of this is that they remove your card and mail you a new one. Yes, and I'm being dead serious when I say that they literally just mail you a new one. Like, they literally don't even, you can't even use like a digital debit card. Bank of America, however, they have a different system, but their chargeback system isn't as easy, so it's basically impractical to use them. Um, so yeah, so they'll literally remove your card from everything. They'll delete it basically, and then mail you a new one, and then your bank account will have those funds posted. So that's the fastest. But then there's also, you can go the glitch route, which is what I did. With glitch, you basically just say, I bought one boost. Why the fuck would I buy 50, right? Or I don't know, however many I bought. Why would I buy 19? And you provide screenshots. Basically, you provide screenshots, and you don't even actually need evidence of you only buying one boost. You just provide screenshots of Discord charging you for 19. You provide the bank statement, and you also show an example of what a normal boost would look like, because the people at Truist are all like 95 years old. And then you wait about a week, and then you get all your money back. But this is what gets really interesting, because if you do it this way through another payment provider, Discord doesn't really have a system to deal with when you have a card attached to PayPal and the card is locked and the payment still goes through, because that's a really complicated loophole for their team to jump through. So you don't actually, when you charge back, what they will do is they will ban the account that you are on. My account of 3 years got banned doing this, so please never do this. But the account needs to be somewhat old, have somewhat of a reputation, and have some amount of friends for all the boosts to not leave. So basically, make sure that if someone hypothetically were to do this, they would hypothetically use an alt account that is aged, or they would hypothetically buy an alt account from someplace, like hypothetically, I don't know, OG users. So you still have all of this, right? But what it might do is it might basically, it might like remove enhanced role styles or your server tag. It might remove that as a part of the chargeback. It'll try and remove all the features that are nitro based. But then where it actually gets interesting is that because of their new server tag thing, it won't it won't really remove that. And like 2 times I've seen this done, it just won't remove that. But it removes enhanced roll styles for God knows whatever reason. So but it doesn't remove your leveling if you do it through like some other payment portal and you lock your card. Because of this weird token transaction authorization where PayPal can still charge you even if your card is locked, and the fact that there's a massive delay to that charge before it even shows as pending, it makes this entire system incredibly complicated. Um, so if you enjoyed learning about how this incredibly stupid and dumb system works, please consider subscribe. Here, let me just write this out for you. You do the subscribe, yes, and there you go. Okay, have a nice day.